finally got my transmission back from my buddy Jesse. This is my new BTE Top Sportsman powerglide 2-speed transmission. I had it at my buddy Jesse's. Him and his dad helped me install the new dump valve on the transmission, something I've never done before, so I had them give me a hand with it. This is the temp sensor right here. That's the trans brake solenoid. And then these are the lines for the dump valve. The dump valve basically interrupts the fluid going into the converter, letting the converter free spin while you're on the trans brake to help you get on the two-step faster. When you have a bigger turbo and a small motor, it takes time for the turbo to spool. So with the dump valve, it interrupts the fluid, like I said, that goes into the converter, lets the converter spin faster, lets the motor high rev faster, and lets you get into target boost quicker. And once you release the trans brake, the solenoid then lets the fluid go back into the converter so it doesn't burn it up. Which, talking about converter, this is the converter I'm going to be running on the TAXY. It's a PTC converter. It was spec'd out by my good friend Frankie. He has a lot of experience with converters and speccing them out for certain combos. So that's the converter that's going to be going in the TAXY. So got my tranny jack out here. Gonna put the transmission on the tranny jack and finally get it installed in the car. It's been a while since I've worked on it, kind of put it to the side, so this is where we're picking up on the video. Let's check the progress out. So yesterday I got the transmission all bolted onto the motor, and after that I got the starter bolted on as well. Got the wiring to it, power wire, starter signal wire, got that all figured out. And today I got my converter bolts all snugged. Made sure I had the correct measurement between my flywheel and the converter, so I don't have no issues with that. So that's all figured out. While I was here, I also ran the shifter cable to the Motion Raceworks operator shifter that I'm running. Got everything all nicely P-clamped. Goes through the transmission tunnel, goes through a rubber grommet, goes inside to the car. Then over here I had to make my own billet spacer. I had a 3/4 of an inch gap right here, and I happen to have this scrap piece of billet block right here. I cut it to size, drilled some holes, and used it as a spacer. So got that all bolted up. Also got the sensors all figured out. Got everything all in a nice Deutsch connect, so if I want to remove the transmission, so the sensors stay on the transmission, you just unplug it here and it's free to come out. Got my temp sensor here, trans brake solenoid, got the dump valve all plugged in, plumbed. Got a transmission pressure sensor right here. That way we get see logs if we are slipping through the converter or having any converter issues. This will help us pinpoint that. I also got the oil dipstick ran, which it's a nice one from Low Car. Runs up to the firewall. Got that all mounted up. The next project is going to be measuring out for the transmission lines that go to the cooler. Those are the two fittings right there, the in and the out. I have to bust out a measuring tape and make sure that I have the correct measurements. That way I could get them customly made, and they're gonna be hydraulic press. I don't really trust the AN fitting lines that you put together for something with high pressure like this, so I'm going to get them done at a local store here in town, and they're gonna be hydraulic press like this right here. They definitely won't come apart like that. So On top of doing the transmission cooler lines, next thing will be measuring out for a dry shaft, get this thing at ride height, and get the measurement and get a custom dry shaft made. Happy with all the progress that's been going on with the car. But that's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys been enjoying. Stay tuned for the next upload. Some more updates on the car. Getting closer to getting this thing started.